Danny Segura alongside Marcus Brimage, who will be fighting Erik Goyito Perez at UFC 180. Marcus, how are you?
I'm fine. What does Gojito mean?
Goyito is just a nickname. It's not, I don't think it means anything specifically, but it's just a nickname.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good to know because, in Dragon Ball Z, there's a character called Gogeta, and I was like, oh, shit, it's like that. Got to check his power level, but since you said it's just a random-ass nickname, we're good. We're good here, people.
Yeah, speaking of power level, have you gotten the chance to check out Gogito's power level? And if so, what level is he at?
Dude, I've been checking him out for a while. Besides the fish hook that he got from Brian Caraway, he's a very just hardcore fighter. I mean, not to sound racial, but he's Mexican, man. I've seen him take some blows, and he just doesn't go down, and you have to tap him out because I see him not getting knocked out for a long time because he has taken so many blows throughout his career, and he still wins. So that's scary.
So is it over 9,000 or no?
Oh, his power level? Oh, I will say 8,000. I don't have my scouter with me right now, but, I don't want to hype him up, but I don't want to disrespect him either, so we'll say about 8,000.
Now, this is sort of a big fight for you because Goyito, although he might not be a champion, he's a big name and he's very well known, especially in the Spanish community. Yeah. And this is UFC Mexico, which will be a very big event. When the matchup was first offered to you, what came to your mind?
Well, I'm not in the position to be turned down to UFC, so I'm like, okay. And the fact that he's number 13, it's a win situation for me because it'll bump my rankings up. So when I heard it, I know his fighting style. I'm very familiar with it. And like I said, this guy's a banger. I'm a banger. Let's do it.
Now, you mentioned he's ranked number 13. Do you feel like if you defeat him, although you're coming from a loss, you will get that spot and, get in the top 15?
Well, that's what happens when you beat number 13. Something should happen. Like, I don't know what number that will be ranked, you know what I'm saying, when I do beat him. But wherever it is, it's a lot better than where I'm at right now.
Now that we're talking about the rankings, it seems a lot of fighters disagree with the rankings and don't like the rankings, and they sort of call them BS. They don't really picture what the division actually looks like. What are your thoughts on the rankings, and do you feel like they're accurate?
Truth be told, I'm just now really getting into it. I never really cared. It's only number one, If it ain't number one, who really cares about number two? And number three, are you really serious? Who cares about that? So the rankings are cool, but the higher your rank is, the more money you get. It's just that simple, folks.
Now, you made your debut at 135. How'd you feel out there? It was a new weight class for you. You were coming down from 145. How was that experience like?
Terrible. Just the fact of weighing your food. Like, nobody knows what 4 ounces of food looks like, Everyone thinks that that's a lot. 4 ounces of food, it's not a lot, And that's my portion size for me dropping down to 35 because, I'm a big dude, been playing football my whole life, the whole football muscle. But in order to make 35, I had to let go of the weights. I had to do more functional strength training with my strength and conditioning coach, Tommy Elliott. I gave you a shout out, so I don't want to hear nothing on Facebook this week. Also, it was the energy factor too, because you're weighing your food, you're not getting all the caloric intake that you're outputting because you're burning a lot of calories, but you're only putting a small amount in. So I'm shrinking, I'm hungry all the time, aggravated. And for some reason, I start watching the Food Network all the time, like Man versus the Food. And then he's like, oh, my God, this 60-ounce steak is too much. I'm like, man, you better eat it with your punk ass, it just puts me in a weird spot. But it's a job, and I have to do that to keep my job. So that's what I got to do.
So, but you're torturing yourself here watching the Food Network and doing that weight cut.
See, I don't know why I watch the Food Network. I never watch it until I'm cutting weight, and then I'm just like, oh, got a list of stuff I want to eat when I get off my diet, and I just never make it to it every time. The list is long, man. The Luther Burger, like the 40-ounce steak. I mean, all that stuff. But you got to do some traveling to get all that.
I mean, I'd say you should watch some, like, surgery videos or, like, some old episodes of Scarred to keep you away from the food.
Scarred. That was a good one. Oh,
Somebody just fell over there.
she's too smooth. That's right, baby. We ain't saying too smooth to be embarrassed. Too smooth to be embarrassed. But what were you talking about?
Scarred.
Scarred. Yeah, that show was off the chain. Like, it took me a while to watch it because I remember one time dude broke his foot and his foot was turned towards his butt, and then he was like, "Dude, I think it's broken." Yeah. Sure.
Well,
yeah.
I used to skateboard, so for me it was terrible watching. But you'll be fighting in Mexico. Obviously, first time the UFC goes to Mexico. Are you excited for that? And what do you expect from the Mexican audience?
I'm very excited because through the UFC, I'm a globetrotter. I mean, I fought in Canada, Sweden, Vegas. I mean, I'm just so blessed to be a part of the UFC. But as opposed to the Mexican crowd, they are going to hate me, but I am so glad that I don't know Spanish, so I won't be able to understand none of the derogatory comments that are coming my way.
All right, well, there you have it. Marcus Brimage, best of luck in your fight, man.
Thank you so much, man.